So love hurts. Yeah, I've heard this statement several times now that love hurts. It's been in the last couple of weeks, and so it's got me thinking, does love hurt? And what does it mean? So I think when we say love hurts, we're really saying, because I love deeply, I hurt deeply. And so I want to talk about this love hurts today, because does it? If love hurts and God is love, wouldn't that mean that God hurts? Okay, so taking it in the context of because I am easily hurt. Because I love deeply, I'm opening myself up to hurt deeply. Let's talk about that a little bit today. So when Brandon and I were first married, we got married because we loved each other so much. We dated 3 years. But lo and behold, I got hurt. In fact, on our honeymoon, I was hurt. Like already, we had this big fight. I didn't understand that when we got married. I thought he was supposed to always hold my hand and pet my hair. And like on our honeymoon, like it seemed like everything stopped. And I was hurt. I didn't understand. I thought the rest of my life he's going to treat me this way. He does treat me this way now, okay? But I wanted to talk about this love hurts because our first week of marriage, I was already hurt, let alone the course of my entire life I'm supposed to live with this man. So what if love isn't about receiving, but it's about giving? What if love is actually laying our life down for another? And when we receive total love from Jesus, then we're not set up to be hurt. Okay. So really, it wasn't until I understood grace and how righteous I am. It really wasn't until I got this deep revelation of grace that I really could comprehend love. See, our love, without understanding grace, our love is wishy-washy. It's conditional. It's based on conditions. But when we really understand grace and what Jesus did, he laid his life down while I was a sinner. While in my worst moments, he laid his life down and he loved me. When I understood that, it set me up to love like that. Because if he did that for me, that means I now have the power to do that for others. And then, if I can do that for my spouse, he got a revelation of God's love for him, and then he was able to love in like manner, in the same way. Now my husband lays his life down for me, and I lay my life down for him. Now we're not perfect, but this is what it looks like. We lay our lives down for each other, and we are both set up to give and receive love. So what if you're in a relationship and they don't understand the love of God? Can you still walk in a way that love doesn't hurt? That when you're walking in your marriage or your relationship where you can love unconditionally, and if they do something to offend you or do something to cause hurt, what if there's no grounds for hurt? What if you were so filled with the love of God that it doesn't hurt anymore? I wonder if there's a place like that. Am I crazy? Okay, so what if we are Christians, Christ-like ones, if we are like Christ and we are born again, we are new creations, what did he do on this earth? How did he respond to circumstances and relationships, imperfect relationships? Would it be weird for Jesus to go, "Oh, I'm so hurt"? That would be weird. And yet we as believers walk in that every day getting offended at all kinds of stuff, little and big. So if it's crazy for us to think about Jesus that way, I mean, we, humankind, crucified Jesus. You would think that he would throw a pity party But he didn't. He literally laid his life down for us in love so that we too could receive love from the Father. So just think about how Jesus had to have known how loved he was, because coming to earth, this isn't a pretty place. There is all kinds of evil and wickedness, and all kinds of wickedness came against Jesus. I mean, if we think we're being attacked by the devil, think about Jesus, like he's the Son of God, and the demons knew it, and he was attacked, and yet he wasn't hurt. He walked in love. And so, yes, Jesus was perfect, but we too are new creations, and we have the ability to go to the Lord and receive this amazing filling love because of the grace of God, so that when people offend us and come against us, it doesn't hurt anymore. My greatest desire as a pastor, Brandon and I are now pastors, and our greatest desire is that the body of Christ would receive and know God so deeply that they stop fighting with each other, that they stop bickering, that they stop getting offended at things, that they too can love each other. Isn't this where the body of Christ should be? Should we be bickering on Facebook? Should we be arguing our opinions? What glory does that bring Jesus? And what peace can we live in if we are stuck in being offended? Being offended is just a symptom that we don't understand God's love for us. So, what if I think this is where the confusion comes. When I got married and I didn't understand the love of the Lord, I didn't understand what love is, actually. I had an idea of Hollywood love. And Hollywood love says, when we say I love you, we're really meaning I need you. I need you to love me to be okay. But as believers, isn't that weird? I need the Father's love. I need God's love to be okay, regardless if I get it from another human. Because if my love, my okayness is dependent on another human being, I'm only as okay as my spouse tells me I am. I'm only as okay as my friends tell me I am. I'm only as okay as my pastor or my church tells me I am. My work tells me I am. What if our okayness didn't depend on other people? Would that change the course of history of the church? I'm ready for the bride of Christ to shine with glory. The glory is his love. I'm ready for us to rise up and get out of this cycle of I need, into I already have everything I need. What if God gave you everything you need for life and godliness? You already have it. You have everything you need already in him. Would that change how the world perceives Christians? Or God's love for you doesn't change even if you never get this, or if I walk in this offense or being offended. God's love for me never changes. But the world's perception of who God is based on how we respond to life's circumstances. So the problems will come, offenses will come, but what if we as believers responded differently? What if we didn't get hurt and offended, but rather walked in love and grace, keeping no record of wrongs? We're patient, we're kind, regardless of what's happening around us. So, do we really want to give another human the ability to hurt us, or can we just love? So love doesn't set us up to be hurt. Being needy sets us up to be hurt. Because God is love. Love can only give. Love isn't needy. Love doesn't hurt. Love doesn't set us up for hurt. Love sets us up to love regardless of other people's behaviors. We can be full of joy, full of life, full of love, regardless of how other people treat us. So that's the message for today. Thank you guys for tuning in.